Phase 6, the big one. They've announced only 3 movies of Phase 6, and all the other movies will get announced mostly at D23 Expo, which is on September 10th. It's on September 8th, 9th, and 10th, but from what I hear, September 10th is the day Marvel Studios will come back with the D23 Expo, where they will announce the rest of the Phase 6 lineup. And again, very, very excited. They were like, you know what, let's give fans something to look forward to for Phase 6. So again, Fantastic Four was already announced, but they were like, you know what, let's give them the one movie with which how all of this ends. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. Now, Kang Dynasty, just I think 5 days ago, it was announced that Destin Daniel Cretton, the guy who directed Shang-Chi, and who's also possibly directing a Shang-Chi sequel, and another show called Wonder Man, which is again a Marvel character. I don't know if he's gonna be in Phase 5. He's probably gonna be in Phase 6. But he's producing that show. He's doing Shang-Chi too, and he did an amazing job with Shang-Chi. If not for No Way Home, Shang-Chi would have been the best Phase 4 movie. In my opinion, some people still put Shang-Chi as the best Phase 4 movie. I would still put No Way Home because of the fan service it gave me and because I'm a bigger Spider-Man fan. But Simu Liu crushed it. Everyone in the cast crushed it. The third act of the movie was surprisingly dark. The entire dragon coming in, the VFX looked brilliant. Looked just visually stunning. So I'm really, really excited with what he does with Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, because again, this has to be on the level of Infinity War. Infinity War was Thanos' movie. Kang Dynasty has to be Kang and his variants, all of his variants. I want to see every single one of these variants in this movie. Just not me reading Avengers: The Wong Dynasty.
Yeah, you're hoping that Toby and Andrew come back. Good, aren't you?
Yeah, again, you know what they can do? They don't need to specifically bring back Toby and Andrew again, but I want to see more Kang variants. I want to see other variants of our characters. I want to see what Kang wants. Does he want to conquer? Does he want to save the world? What does he really want to do? This because Kang is a villain from the 30th century. He's 900 years ahead into the future. He's 900 years more evolved than anything our universe or our timeline is capable of. He has seen every single timeline. He created one of his variants created the time variance authority to make sure that no one breaks the timeline. If anyone does, the TVA arrests them and either prunes them and puts them into the void or just arrests them and keeps them at the TVA. So I want to see all the Kang variants. I want to see Jonathan Majors is going to have the time of his life with this movie. He's going to enjoy it. I cannot wait to see what he does with the character. I want to see all his variants. I want to see the costume. We will probably see the costume in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But again, this has to be Kang's movie, just like Thanos was the main guy in Infinity War. I want to see the villains lose again, but instead of doing something like the snap, I want them to do something really more scary. Probably put them in battle worlds so that Secret Wars picks up from where Kang Dynasty ends. But again, from what I've heard, there's going to be a 2 to 3 movies between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. They did the same with Infinity War and Endgame. There was Captain Marvel before they dropped Endgame, between Infinity War and Endgame. So there are probably going to be 1 or 2 movies or shows between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. But again, if the Kang Dynasty storyline involved Kang's son and the variants of his sons and him fighting the Avengers and ultimately then surrendering himself and then fighting Captain America, and Captain America kind of defeats him, doesn't kill him, and then at the end of that Kang Dynasty comic book, which released back in like 2001, 2002 or 4, Kang kills his own son and doesn't kill his own son, but puts his own son and all the variants of his sons in prison or something like that. I don't remember exactly what happened, but the Kang Dynasty storyline was something just massive. If they can live up to that storyline, it's going to be amazing. But again, this movie has the huge task of being either as good as Infinity War or even delivering upon something even bigger than what Infinity War and Endgame have done. So again, I trust Destin Daniel Cretton. I love the action sequences in um, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So I'm really, really looking forward to what he does with this movie. And again, then, but anyways, coming back to Secret Wars, the Russo brothers expressed interest on returning for this movie. I would love to see them come back. I loved Infinity War, loved Endgame, loved Civil War, loved Winter Soldier. if if they are all genuine fans of the battle world storyline beyond god protected doom and just everything that went down in Secret Wars with all the heroes fighting for survival until realizing that Dr. Doom was behind all of this, God Emperor Doom, then Secret Wars could be something truly special, something as massive as Endgame. But again, this is a very, very big undertaking. In Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, really, really need to be bigger than anything that they've done with Endgame and Infinity War. I hope Marvel can pull it off. I can 100% guarantee you they can pull it off. But again, Secret Wars, they need to make sure they do what the comics have done. I've read the 2015 Jonathan Hickman run, and it was mind blowing. Loved it. Loved it. If they can do exactly what the comics have done, this movie is going to be massive. And again, it has to have the end game type level consequences. Some people need to die. Some people are saying Doctor Strange might be the new Tony Stark who dies in this movie. I'm not sure. But again, whatever you do, you have to make sure Secret Wars is on every scale imaginable, even bigger than what Endgame and Infinity War have done. Or maybe even if it's the same scale, I would love to see a 3.5 hour long movie. Endgame was 3 hours and 2 minutes. If you can make a Secret Wars movie with 3 hours and 30 minutes, you have all the money in the world. That movie could easily this could easily become the next highest grossing film of all time. Endgame is already number two, and it's only number two because they re-released Avatar. If they re-release Endgame, I'd watch it and make it the number one highest grossing film all over the world. But again, if Secret Wars can still do it. I'm excited to see who the director of this movie is. If they bring the Russo brothers, I have faith. But again, I would love to see any other director take up the challenge because this is going to be a massive undertaking. This and Kang Dynasty both are really, really massive undertakings. So I'm really, really excited what Kevin Feige does with Secret Wars. If he wants to stay true to the comics, wants to do something new, I'm game to see what really goes down. So yes, we are now in the multiverse saga. 4, 5, and 6 are the multiverse saga.